Jasmine Bryant, Brescia Webb, is a public defender who constantly takes plea deals in small-town Virginia. Her husband Jordan, Matthew Law, is a police officer who is discouraged after witnessing an older woman he attempted to save complete a suicide attempt. Jasmine is assigned by her boss Rory, Tyler Perry, to defend Grace Waters, Crystal Fox, a woman accused of murdering her husband Shannon DeLong, Mechad Brooks. Grace insists that she is guilty and will agree to a plea deal if she goes to a prison close by her son Malcolm, Walter Fauntleroy. Jasmine is troubled by case details, including Shannon's missing body. Rory is not pleased that Jasmine wants to represent the suspect because the department does not have the budget for a trial, and he expects the media frenzy will disrupt their lives. Grace's best friend Sarah Miller, Phylicia Rashad, tells Jasmine that Grace was feeling sad after her divorce, and she pushed her to get out and meet someone new. She ended up marrying Shannon. After researching the case some more, Jasmine and her colleagues Tilsa, Angela Marie Rigsby, and Donovan Christie, Jr., believe Grace is innocent. Grace tells Jasmine that she met Shannon at a gallery exhibit of his work. He charmed Grace and they married 3 months later. Grace says that Shannon soon became cruel and secretive after he got her passwords and secretly stole from her accounts. He mortgaged her house with forged documents. Eventually, the bank fired Grace. The last night, Grace walked in on Shannon and another woman having sex in the marriage bed. Later the couple argued. She beat him with a baseball bat and pushed him down the stairs to the basement. Grace drove away, calling Sarah from the country to confess the killing. Sarah tells Jasmine that when she went to Grace's house, she saw her son Malcolm leaving the house. Because Shannon's body is missing, Sarah believes that Malcolm helped Grace dispose of it. At the trial, Jasmine fails to cast doubt on prosecution evidence at proving Grace's innocence. Calling Sarah as a witness backfires because phone records show numerous phone calls between the women on the night of the murder. And Sarah finally admits on the stand that Grace confessed to killing Shannon to her. Grace is found guilty by the jury. As she is being led away, Grace sees Sarah in the gallery, comforting a sobbing Malcolm. Grace notices that Sarah is wearing a pendant identical to one that Shannon had that was supposedly one of a kind. In her cell, Grace thinks back to the times that Sarah was involved in her relationship with Shannon, and screams to the guards that she needs to call her lawyer. Feeling defeated, Jasmine stops by Sarah's house, a residence for old ladies, and notices an elderly woman named Alice, Cicely Tyson, trying to escape from the house. Alice wants to leave the house and reveals that other women have died there, including Shane Fieldman, Jordan's victim from the beginning of the film. When Jasmine discovers there are numerous elderly women locked up in the basement, she is kidnapped. Jordan discovers Sarah's criminal history and searches for his wife. Shannon turns out to be alive and is revealed to be Sarah's son. Jordan knocks on the door and asks Sarah if Jasmine is there and she denies it. When Jordan calls her, he hears her phone ringing from inside the house. So he bursts in, tussles with Sarah, handcuffs her, and then looks for Jasmine as Sarah escapes. Jordan and Shannon fight as Jasmine tries to break free. Shannon is shot and is presumably killed. As the police rescue the elderly women, it is revealed that Sarah and Shannon are really mother and son criminals Betty and Maurice Mills, who have been kidnapping elderly women for their Social Security information and conning middle-aged women out of their life savings for over 25 years, with Grace being one of those middle-aged women. Grace gets one more hearing, and this time, Jasmine succeeds at defending Grace by presenting new evidence that Grace was victimized by Betty and Morris's scheme to steal her life savings. And another piece of evidence that reveals that Betty and Maurice are wanted in several states for stealing from other numerous women. Which is enough for the judge to grant Grace her freedom. While everyone celebrates Grace's freedom, Rory congratulates Jasmine for uncovering such a crazy scheme. Meanwhile, Betty is on the run from the police and has just been hired to take care of an elderly woman in a nursing home.